Here's your word for the day from Calvary in Lake Havasu. Visit us on the web at calvaryaz.com.
Hi, Calvary. Amber here, and I have a question for you. When I mention the end times or the end of the world, what comes to your mind? It might be curiosity or excitement, or you might be a little afraid. And there's lots of movies that try and depict what the apocalypse is going to be and the end of the world. It is all based out of fear. And so we're going to look at scripture and see what God's truth says. And so let's read Mark 13, beginning in verse 24. And it says, "But in those days," I'm going to pause right there. Everyone tries to figure out when Jesus is going to come again and when the end of the world is going to be. And I'm going to tell you right now, no one knows. Ever since the disciples, people thought that Jesus was going to come back in their time, and he hasn't yet. But even Jesus himself said that he doesn't know when it's going to happen. Only the Father knows. And so if Jesus, who's God, doesn't know when it's going to happen, we're not going to be able to figure it out. So we don't need to waste our time doing that. So no one knows, so we just need to be prepared for it. But in those days, after the tribulation, the sun will be darkened and the moon will not give its light. The stars will be falling from heaven and the powers in heaven will be shaken. So there's these great cosmic events going on right before Jesus comes. And then Jesus comes. Verse 26 says, "And then they will see the Son of Man coming in clouds with great power and glory. Then he will send out the angels and gather his elect from the four winds, from the ends of the earth to the ends of heaven." So Jesus comes and he gathers his elect, those people who have surrendered their life to following him and have a relationship with him. Those people get to spend eternity with Jesus in heaven, in his presence and glory and his perfection. And so what does this mean for us? This means that, one, we don't need to be afraid of anything in this life or the end or eternity if we have a relationship with Jesus, because he has all power and he has won the victory, and we get to experience that now and for all eternity. So if we have a relationship with Jesus, we don't need to be afraid. And it also means there are some that are elect, those who have a relationship with Jesus, and others that aren't. And so with the time that we have remaining on earth, we need to live in obedience to Jesus and live out his love and character and share the hope and love of Jesus with those around us who don't know Jesus yet. And so today I would just pray that this encourages you to live a life in the freedom and victory that Jesus has given you and won for you on the cross, and that you don't live in fear of anything, because you know that Jesus is in control and he loves you, and that you would live in obedience to Jesus and share his love and hope with those around you. Have a great day.